Hey guys, welcome to Underdog to Service Dog. What's up, peeps? I mean, everybody's got a tag. I mean, Paws and Love's got Paw Squad, which is like amazing. I mean, that was a good name. And there's Zelly Belly, my sister's cat. But as you can see, whose room she's in right now. Okay, we're gonna lay in front of the camera. Hey guys, I am sorry I haven't been uploading. I'm new to the whole YouTube thing. I'm just learning how to vlog and getting used to it. I mean, it's hard because Roxy is not really a camera dog, and everybody else's dog is like camera perfect. I mean, I want to say like Drew Lynch, but like I think I'll get trademarks. All credit goes to Drew Lynch. He does the dog sitting on the thing with Stella, and I love Drew Lynch. If you haven't seen him, go see him. He's awesome comedian. Still is his service dog. I'm not exactly what for, but I definitely know he needs a service dog. I just don't. I haven't watched that far back. I just stay frequently. I think, frequent with him on that. Paw Squad is one of my like. I'm definitely part of the Paw Squad myself. I have been watching NJ for a couple months now, and she's kind of the inspiration for my channel. The name just kind of came to me, and I started doing live streams on LiveMe, which I don't do anymore just because it's like, I like it, but educating is a lot harder when you don't get somebody that will talk to you very well. We do have an Instagram account, and if you guys haven't figured that out, it is Roxy the Amazing Service Dog, and I'm still learning how to put things below, so just go for it and look us up. I mean, it's a picture of a dog. Hi, silly. I'm getting her foot on my leg. She's constantly tapping me. Ugh. I graduate high school in 6 days, you guys. I am very, like, nervous. I'm happy. I go talk to my counselors and stuff today to say goodbye. And then if I'm still here next year, I start college prep with them. I'm getting my GED. High school was just not working out for me. And to be honest, if I would have had Roxy when I started junior year, I probably would have stayed in school because I would have had Roxy and I would have had a lot easier time, one, getting through school, not having so many panic attacks or being so depressed that I didn't even want to go to class. It's the point. It's like I was sick all the time, or I didn't want to go to school just because it was not worth it. It was not worth my time. And I know that sounds stupid. I actually did enjoy school. I was part of choir. My choir was not the same. I got put in an all-girls choir. And I don't do well in all-girls choirs, especially when they don't try hard enough to obtain the role that they're supposed to be. They're an upper choir, act like an upper choir type thing. Not giving anything out to, like, senior high, but choir program has dropped significantly. Zelly, I'll let you out when I'm ready. I'm sorry, but just a point. You came in my room. I didn't invite you. You kind of just walked in. Give me a minute. Cat, you're weird. Go. Out. Shoo. I tell you guys, she just wants to take over the YouTube channel. Okay, is this your YouTube channel now, Zelly? Are we just gonna have to make you... Okay, guys, this is Zelly's YouTube channel anymore. It's not... Oh, I love you too. I mean, how can you not love her? She's just so sweet. I love her to my heart's content, but she can sit with me at this time. And sitting on my headphones. I'm not the best vlogger yet. You get... Ouch. My room needs to be clean. Big time. But, okay. I don't understand. Okay. You might see this go every once in a while. I'm not moving it. So... I ordered... And I'm just going to tell you guys the truth about what exactly happened. I ordered a Service Pup Seek harness. And that was what I wanted. It's the Gryffindor one on her page, the bright red yellow one. The one she took pictures in, and it says Bright Gryffindor is what the tag is on it. And it was meant to be my harness, but I think I ordered... My mom says I ordered the harness over 5 months ago, which is probably correct because I ordered it in, like, December. Or, like, January, and it's going on 5 months. And it just did not work out, and I kept on getting excuses, or just to the point I didn't understand exactly what she wanted, or what exactly she was trying to tell me, like, oh, it takes... I didn't understand everything she was trying to say, and it got to the point where as of my mom had to talk to her, and then she talked to my mom and said she was sending it out. What is it? She did not tell me any of the technical difficulties until I finally told her that I just didn't want the harness anymore because it was not coming and I needed to order something else. And I wasn't going to pay for something that had one not come. I hadn't paid for it yet. That's the thing. She takes the orders, but we don't pay for them until we try out the harness and we know it fits correctly. If not, we just send them back, which is a lot more compromisable than having to try to pay somebody first. But I ended up doing that anyways, which was just, it meant more to me paying somebody first up front this time before I got my harness, because she started my harness and put it on rush order and got it done. It's not a harness, it's a harness vest. It's a vest. We just decided to go with a vest, but it's a Y front. So that was something that was like in between both what me and my mom wanted. It's still Gryffindor colors, but it's bright. She says it looks more like Iron Man, which I agree, but I mean, this is bright red and yellow. It's not maroon. So really, the traditional colors for Harry Potter are maroon and gold. Those are Gryffindor colors, but it's soon become more towards red and gold. Red and yellow, red and gold. My sheets are red and yellow. They match my Gryffindor scarf that's on the wall. That was actually a present from an ex-boyfriend, and I still kept it just because it was nice. And I love it, and it still hangs on my wall to this day, so, yeah. But, it just did not work out, and when I told her, I just said, you know what, I said, it seems like we are having frustrations here, and I've waited long, and it's getting to the point, and this was like, you guys, I was getting down to Roxy needed something. The whole reason why I ordered is I ordered it, one, because I needed it, but it was getting to the time where we were getting so close to graduation, like we are now, getting so close to graduation, she needed something to wear for graduation. She is a part of me. She makes me who I am. You know what I mean? You guys, if you're an SD handler, you understand this. It's like, close with my cat licking herself, you guys. Not my cat, but basically my cat, because it follows me around everywhere I go, and I love it senseless, but I don't love it enough to let it have the spotlight all the time. Oh my lord, you're so cute. Oh, she gives me kisses, you guys. I guess we get to feature an animal on the show today, Zelly. Since Roxy is usually with me and we're out in public when I vlog. I try to vlog, and usually I vlog after we go out in public. I'm still getting comfortable vlogging in public, but I also don't have a camcorder, so I need to get like a camcorder, and I need to get real serious about this because I really enjoy doing videos with you guys. And she just wants to be the star. Kitty sniffles. Wants to be the star today. She's real cute. Zelly is my little sister's ESA. We have, I have an ESA too. His name is Zelo. He's like the man of the house, the only male in the house. Roxy's my service dog. She's the dog in the picture. I'm gonna start, I have a Tegan Drake, or Track Tegan Drake. She's a service dog handler, but she has a YouTube channel. She hasn't posted in a while, but just because she's had her babies all year, and it's been a couple months. So she's gonna help me do a decal for Roxy, means like she went to art school, and she's gonna help me cartoonize Rocky, because Roxy's a very characteristic type dog, so she shows a lot of emotion. And if you guys see her photos, it's hard to get her to look like she's actually enjoying her work, but she does enjoy it. Zelly, this is not your show. She keeps pushing herself closer to the camera. It's gonna get to the point where the camera falls off the bed, or I end up on the desk chair. There. This is my show, not yours. It's Roxy's actually, but I'm the one talking. I says help. I'm not answering because I don't want to answer it. Not my job. I'm always answering phones, and it kind of is my job, kind of not. I know the lighting's terrible, but you guys are gonna have to deal with it. But yeah, so I was actually originally gonna be doing a review on Service Pup Seek's custom harnesses, but she stopped doing custom harnesses after what happened with me. And it just got to the point where she was so overwhelmed. And I didn't really want to say it, but I'm coming out with it just because I think you guys should know, like, yeah, she's an awesome harness maker, and her gear is amazing. If you can get her to... Okay, goodbye. I love you, cat, but you're bothering me. I get to the point where I love the cat so much, but, yeah, get in her box. She's got a little box. It's like one of those, like, shelf things that you put... You put on a shelf, and it's like one of the cubicle square things. And she likes to... I use those for my clothes on my shelf. And she was laying my clothes, and I had 2 extra, and I thought, you know what? She can have one. Just to herself, she can have one. Because she's laying on top of my clothes. I don't want her laying on top of my clothes. You guys know cats have fur, and they get it all over the place when they feel like it. Number one thing of being a cat owner. Yeah, so the difficulty was I just was like, I don't like gear shaming people. And I don't call it gear shaming. I wouldn't call it gear shaming, but I don't like gear shaming shops, gear shop shaming, because people come up and they just, they had a problem, but it was just the point is like orderly manly time. People were getting theirs before I was getting mine, and I had been on the list before them. And it's just like there was no organization. And she's a real awesome person, and she's done, actually, what's kind of weird is she actually, I think she did Onyx's gear for Black Onyx gear, and that's who I ordered from. I told her my mom gave me a price range, and we paid a little bit more for hers because we rushed it. And my mom said, because we were going to get a leather mobility harness, but it was just everybody, like, oh my lord, wanting FAOs and wanting all my information on my dog. And it was like this one group, and I don't know what group it was, but you guys, she was straight up just bullying me. I broke down. I was crying so hard because my mom told me very specifically that I was not to share that information with anybody. I'm only 17, and my height and my weight is none of your business. My dog, yeah, some of that information I don't mind sharing, but like when it comes down to vet information, you know how many people like copy and paste and put their dog's name on it and put that so like they say they're vet cleared and stuff like that? My dog is vet cleared. My dog has been cleared for light mobility. That's all you need to know. I mean, she's on the very low, and there's an ant. We're like, I'm getting a bigger dog soon, but it's just the point for now. She's what I've got. I'm not using her for mobility right now. She's used for sight work. And the only reason why she was trained for light mobility was like she does momentum pull, and that's about it. That's it. All I wanted was a counterbalance handle, and the only reason why I wanted a counterbalance harness to begin with was because it was for grounding. It was a grounding, you know what I mean? It wasn't for counterbalance. I don't have dizziness problems. Yeah, I admit, sometimes I stand up too fast and I black out, but who doesn't do that sometimes? You just jump to your feet too fast. But yeah, she just was mean, man. It was like on me all the time. And this is going to be one of those extra long videos. And I'm just going to rant because I really just need to rant. I haven't ranted in a couple days. And plus I got to stay awake because I haven't slept at all. And if you can tell, I feel like I have ADHD right now because I'm going crazy with energy. But I also just drank pretty much most of a mocha Starbucks cappuccino. So I'm guessing it's finally keeping me awake long enough that I can actually talk. I've been starting to get back into Warrior Cats, you guys. I'm still into the Harry Potter, but I'm kind of taking a veer. I like 5 chapters left, and I'm trying to get myself to read it. I'm like so close, you guys. It's like, here's my bookmark, and then that's how much more book I have to read. I can read it, I can understand it, I can get it done myself, but I like to listen to the audiobook and follow along just because it's cool, because I like hearing the different sounds of the voices of the characters and stuff. I'm like a little kid, and your mom's reading you a book. It's that type of a thing. You know, like your teacher has a different voice for every character when they read you a chapter book when you're in school and stuff like that. I mean, my favorite book when we were in school and I was in the 2nd grade and my teacher read us The Secret Garden. And that was my favorite. It still is one of my favorite books of all time. I actually haven't read it myself, but I've watched both movies, The Secret Garden and Return to the Secret Garden. Both are awesome movies, and the book is just amazing. I don't know if they made another one, I don't know if they just did a movie of I don't know if they made a book for that one, if they based off of a book, as I'm trying to say. For the second one, I think it's just based off of the movie of the first one. But that's pretty much it. But yeah, I ordered from Black Onyx Gear. She rushed my order ahead of time, and it's pretty awesome because she got my order out within 2 days. I'm getting it on Saturday. Like I said, I get 5 days to work with Roxy on getting her used to it. And it is awesome. I'm going to admit, yeah, there are some little subtle mistakes, but you know what? It's her first time. It's like only her second time making the Y-front vest harnesses, and they're getting really popular, so she's getting more practice. And it looks amazing. I love it. She said her dog, Onyx, he absolutely loved it. He didn't want to take it off. She goes, I almost don't want to send it to you, but I know you need it. And I promised we'd get her pictures when we're on stage, and I'm shaking my, I don't even know whose hand I'm going to be shaking. I don't know if it's a principal. I don't know if it's my counselor. I'm going to be shaking a lot of hands, and I just know that I don't know if they'll let me, but I'm going to ask, like, before we get on stage, if, like, hey, could you include Roxy in this? Because if it wasn't for this dog right now, I probably wouldn't be here. And I'm really rambunctious right now, and I'm in a good mood. I'm trying to just stay positive. I'm on the 5th book in order. Order of the Phoenix is my favorite book I've read. And I've read it, I've gotten parts through it, and I've gotten about halfway or a fourth into the book, and then I stop, or something happens where I can't finish the book. Like, when I got into the book, I was still in school. and I had rented it from I not rented it, but I had borrowed it from the school library, and I had to give the book back, so I wasn't able to finish it. And then what is it? And then I started reading it on my tablet, and I couldn't finish it on my tablet because for some reason paper just feels so much better. I mean, I love the feel of paper in all the books. It's like I'm obsessed with journals too, so I collect paper. It's like a fetish, I guess. I don't know. It's like I'm an addict for paper and gear. And I actually do make some of my own gear, and I started making my own Y-front, but I stopped making my Y-front harnesses just because I'm still learning, and I'd rather stick with vest because I seem to show a little bit more promise there on starting out with vest and capes. Actually, this is one of the capes I've made. This is a really old cape. This is like when Roxy was like in training, but this is my first one I ever made, and this was decent. And then the second one I made was for a puppy in training to test out my gear, and she absolutely loves it, and it looks awesome. And I'm amazed how much I was like not proud of it. I was proud of it, but not proud of it at all. But once it was on her dog, it was like amazing. I repurposed my Y-front harness that was red, and what is it? It was really well made, and I had somebody had helped me learn how to take. Okay, you learn how to make a Y-front harness. The hardest part I found out was the fleece. I couldn't figure out how they do the fleece. I'm gonna give you their secret right now to all Y-front harnesses, and I'm going to tell you right now, you're not copying anybody. Y-front harnesses are not, you know what I mean? They're not like, you know how many people make Y-front harnesses? There's about 80 different shops to make Y-front harnesses, plus like, what they do is they take and they measure it out to the width of the nylon webbing, and then what they do is they make it a little bit longer, and then what they do is they sew it, and then they turn it inside out like a sleeve. Ta-da! And then it's like you get perfect edges. And that was my problem. I was cutting out strips, and it wasn't coming out right, and you could barely see the red. And then I did it again, and it came out awesome. And I was like, okay, why didn't I figure that out? I mean, I've sewn shirts before, but never figured that out. But yeah, if you ever want to like learn how to do that, you guys, I'm saying like try it. It's not that hard. I mean, it was hard because I had military grade webbing instead of just heavy duty nylon, which is a lot easier to sew in place. Instead of military grade webbing on top of military grade webbing plus fleece plus fleece. Plus I wasn't using polar fleece. I was using like one of those microfiber blanket fleece things, I guess. My cat loves to suck on them, or Zelly does. She's like still a kitten at heart, and she likes to knead and suck on those blankets. So I have to be very careful because she'll soak a blanket. But yeah, I posted it on Roxy's Instagram, and Roxy doesn't have a Facebook, and I don't really like to add people to my Facebook. Because of what happened with that group, I have made everything private. And the only way people can access me is like if I either send them a friend request, or if they do find me, they have to find me on somebody else's friend list. That's the only way they'll be able to actually find me well enough to like be able to send me a friend request. You can't message me and you can't tag me. I won't accept it. It's not fair. You shouldn't. And I was having such a hard time in my dyslexia, and I have a hard time spelling, and that was one of the hardest things for my test was writing. I did really well on my essay, but that is because I had prepared months on end for my essay, and I knew I knew the structure, I knew the words I needed to use. So when I got the topic, it was a topic I already knew a lot about, so I did really well on it. It was video games and generation type thing. So it was just, I did really well on that, but like the word psychiatric, sometimes I can spell it just fine, sometimes I can't. So what I said was, she'd come at me and she just would not give me time to respond. And I was trying to defend myself, and I'm only 17. I'm like, you wonder why I'm a little immature? It's because I'm not a full adult yet. And I was like, I didn't ask you to babysit me, and I don't even remember joining. I didn't remember even joining the group. It was like when I had first started out, and you know how you go through, if you're in one of the cell groups on Facebook or any cell group, you can be like part of that group, and you can if you're part of multiple cell groups, it will bring it up and it will say you can also put this ad here, here, here. So I just went down the list so that it was posted in multiple places so that I could get answers on multiple sites, which I ended up doing, and it was no problem. I had no problem with somebody telling me. And then as soon as like one group, and she tagged me, and apparently as part of the group, she's like, Quinn, you need to have something. We got to be able to message you and stuff like that. And I'm like, okay, there's no problem with that. But I said I'm under the age of 18, and Facebook has a rule that when you're under the age of 18, people can't message you. They have to send you a friend request first, or you have to message them. And I said, I'm sorry, I'm under the age of 18, but I will send you a message or I send you a friend request. And I mean, she was just rude. I'm not like gonna give out her name just because I'm not mean, but it was rude. It's just like, I've never been traumatized like that before. It was just, I was shooken up for that day, and I'm still kind of am. But I got kind of back into the spirit when my mom said, okay, let's get this vest down. Let's get your gear. You're graduating. We got to get you something for graduation. She rushed my ship in order, and she's awesome, you guys. And she does live streams, and most of the time you see her live stream on her Instagram. She is making your harness, and she will say that today we're doing this, this, and this. I got to see her make my harness so that I knew, one, she was making it. Not that I ordered it 5 months ahead of time and I'm seeing pictures of it on somebody else's dog, which I'm okay with, like, posing, like, people posing, like, my gear on their dog because they made it, you know, it's not like that. But it's like, I'm seeing her make it. She's asking me for certain details, like, okay, is this offset yellow on the zippers okay a little bit? And it actually makes it pop really well. I like it. Do you want nylon, or do you want, can't remember, but it's the stuff that goes around the trimming, or do you want the yellow trimming? And I picked nylon. That was just something I like. Nylon, she said it makes it tougher, which was cool because she forgot to ask me, so she said it was on the house on that part of the vest, just because she usually charges a little extra for that. But she said it was her fault because she didn't ask me ahead of time, and I had already paid for the vest, so it was no problem. But she does make a lot of Harry Potter themed things, and the problem is she had really cool Gryffindor patterns, but they're all white. And if you guys have ever met somebody who's like very clumsy, I work with fountain pens and stuff. And, I mean, I got ink all over my arms and stuff. You guys have ever met somebody who does that? It's completely all over the place all the time. And a white vest on a black dog, yeah, it looks awesome until something gets on it. And it's like, they do not have a black pattern. And all they had for the darker pattern was white. And I was like, you know what, can we just do a color theme then? Because the color theme, at least with the color theme, people can be like, oh, it's this or that. And I just let them like, yeah, sure, whatever. It looks professional. It's none of your business what's on my dog. She put the Velcro on it and everything, and she asked me what I wanted. It was so nice, and I got pockets put on it, and it's a long vest. And I know summer's here, but it doesn't get that. It gets like 80 degrees here. And she does have like, it's like I said, I don't know if I showed you guys. If you look at my last video, it's like the Y front ones, like the little, like, I can't explain it. I don't know how to explain it to you guys, but it's like one of those ones that just goes around here and then it buckles in the back, and then it says, but it's on Amazon, and it says Service Dog here across the chest, and then it has like a 4-inch like webbing mesh, and it says Service Dog here and here on the dog, and it's like, it's pretty cool because I didn't have to put patches on it. She'll probably most likely wear that during when it's like really hot out and we're not working, you know what I mean? It's like, that will be perfect for that. Or it's like, but the hard part is because it's like the one we usually take to the park when we're running. That's usually like the type of style I put on her. So when she's in that, she kind of like knows the difference between the two, but she doesn't this is part of my disorders when my mental. I sometimes stutter. I don't have a bad stutter, but I do stutter pretty bad sometimes. She can't tell the difference. There's a word, it's like if you know the word, comment below. She can't tell the difference very well, is what I'm trying to say. Disappearance? No, that's not it. She like, because they're the same style, she can't really tell, because it's, like I said, it's not like, it looks professional, but it's more petsy than it is like a vest or a Y-front harness that says Service Dog on it. It looks like something that, you know what I mean? I don't care what you think of my dog and how she's dressed, but I like her to look more professional. And it was just something we have to use until a vest came in, because we have nothing for her. That's all I've got right now for her. And I give it a 5-star review. It's working great. But I just am not a big, it looks great on her and she looks beautiful in it, but I'm not a big fan of that in public. I like her to look professional. I like to be able to have a pull strap on my dog. I like her to know that this means work and we're only wearing it for this amount of time. It just drove me nuts because she is off the wire right now. We have not been working for a part of that reason, and we went out and did some obedience training, and her nails have been clipped so badly. I lost her dread mill, and I've been begging my mom, and we just keep on forgetting to go and get them done. But we're getting them done today. We're getting her nails cut because graduation is on the 16th, and that will, one, give her nails time to grind out and even out, but she'll also get like that much taken off her nails. Her nails are not, her quick is still regressed enough that when I cut her nails, they won't bleed. But I don't like cutting her nails because I usually dread mill her nails, and they're fine. But I lost her dread mill, so my mom and me, we're going to go to Shopko today maybe, and we're going to get that. Yeah, it's kind of just an update, just because I feel like I haven't been on, you guys, and that's why this is extra long. I like to try to keep it short, because if you watch my previous videos, it's on a bad camera, number one, and it's just terrible, and this is probably going to run my battery down if I don't get off here soon. But yeah, it usually is terrible, and it's like some of the gear, it's like a gear haul. But I will be doing a gear haul, a new gear haul, and we're going to keep it short and sweet with the review on Black Onyx gear on Instagram and Facebook. And I'd rather tell you this, guys, go to her. She would rather have you, she's more comfortable on Instagram. So if you have an Instagram and you want to check her out and you want to order some gear from her, go there. Because that's where she, one, does the live streams at to make the gear. And she asks you questions while you're there. And I loved it because within a day she had made my harness. But then within the second day, she had done the modifications to make the straps a little bit shorter, put them higher up for me. To be honest, it looks amazing, and I'm in love with it, and I can't wait to get it. But I will do a review on that after a day or two of working in it, and show you guys some graduation pictures afterwards. I'm very excited. I'm actually going to wear my Gryffindor uniform as my formal wear for the day, because she's going to be wearing her Gryffindor, and we're going full out Gryffindor, and we're going to beat this we're going to go one last hurrah in my uniform, you know what I mean? I'm still going to wear it after that, but it's like in school, that will probably be the last time I'll be able to wear it, except when I go to college, which I'll probably still wear it just because it's awesome. And I worked hard on making it. It took me forever because I had to get a white dress shirt, I had to order the tie, and then I had to get the over-the-top sweater thingy. And since it's later on in the evening, like it's starting to get warmer here, but since it's later on in the evening, it'll be cooler, so I can wear the long sleeve, and it shouldn't be a problem, and I can roll up my sleeves if I gotta. So it will still look pretty decent. And then we go in on, I get fitted for my gown on the 16th. Everything happens on the 16th. They try to get everything done. You gotta go in for your fitting. You gotta pay $10 to rent the robe and get your tassel. Roxy's getting her very own tassel as well. I think my mom said we could do that. It's $10. But I don't know. I think I might just make Roxy a tassel. It's not that hard. Get some red. I got some red and yellow yarn, and I'll just make her own tassel and flip it over her vest, and it'll be like, hurrah, and Roxy tassel, you know. Or she can have my tassel. I'm really thinking about it. She's going to have my tassel. Because we don't get to keep the robes just because they get used every year. And there's a kitty butt. It's supposed to be PG. But yeah, you guys, I am doing okay, and I'm hanging in there. Thank you to the 3 subscribers that do subscribe, and I'm getting there, and I'm trying to work it up. So if you're just watching this, please press that icon button and support me in trying to get this YouTube thing down. I promise that it will become better in the future once I get more subscribers and get started getting a camera and getting more organized with life altogether. I'm graduating in 6 days time, and my mom is doing the very emotional, you're my baby. She's like, admitted, you're my favorite, you're my first daughter. You know what I mean? I was her firstborn daughter, and I mean the world to her. So it's like, my mom's like breaking down in tears. Oh my God, my baby's growing up. And I'm like, Mom, I'm still 17. You still have me for another 6 months. But yeah, I'm going to cut this off at about 29 minutes, 30 minutes. I'm out, underdogs. Signing off.